que se me ocurrió revisar y porque mi teléfono no sonó.
Dennis just got called, said he's having a lot of trouble with his eyes this morning, and he's not going to be coming in.
Dennis is the most recognizable person in our whole regime here. So, you know, if we don't have him, I think it's detrimental. And if we do have him, it can. But I think it is better when he's there.
That's awesome. This is like sleek, minimalist, modern. We really did pay a lot of attention to our presentation. You know, when you do something minimal, I mean, sometimes you don't see that right away, but people walking by, I think, probably got the impression that they're going to get a good deal in here. We can start selling now, guys. Let's make some money. Let's make some money.
Everybody, let the customers in at 11.
Hello, Joe. Hello, welcome. Come in, please. Come in.
Do you know how crazy it is to walk into a dull, dingy space and have it absolutely transformed? A wedding that can be pulled together in 2.5 hours at this age is very important. It's good to get it done before the groom dries. Size 12s in here. Changing rooms.
Were you looking for a wedding dress?
Yeah, my wedding's in September, so I want to be like really traditional.
Yeah, this is perfect then.
Perfect.
Yeah, this is the most traditional classic one. Oh, here, look at this. Throw it on.
You want it to be a positive experience, an attractive experience. I think we're a little more sensitive to what women want, especially how important their wedding dresses are to them.
Look at that. How fabulous.
Love it. Yeah, she loves it.
Okay, good. Let's do it.
Hey, you're gonna be our first girl that cries.
Oh my God, I'm gonna worry and start crying. Oh my God, you're gonna make me cry.
The actual thing that really surprised me is the fact that there's actually girls coming in and buying wedding dresses. And we were so surprised, and we are actually like bridal consultants fitting the girls and helping them pick out dresses. Did you get it?
Ah, that's so fat. You look so. The task was to sell as many wedding dresses as possible, and we had no one in the store. You don't sit down, but you gotta make it go.
We're gonna stand out on the square. We'll stand one of theirs. Come on, make sure they understand not to walk into theirs. Don't go to the boys' side. Girls only. Girls only. The boys' side. I'm telling you, it's not worth your while. They know.
You guys doing business in our
Because they're working. But next door is.
Are you gonna buy dresses?
We were looking for a friend.
You're gonna buy, that would be nice to buy one for a friend. So it'll be a real fun story too. Which one is gonna be there?
I feel a little confident right now.
Yeah, but this is down the wire. We close at 2. We're in a competition. Whoever sells the most wins. So we gotta sell now. I think that we're selling some wedding dresses today, man. And I think we have some of our big donors about to arrive, so we're gonna knock it out of the park in the final hour.
Do you have any idea how the ladies are doing next door?
We're probably getting more retail sales off the street, probably because a lot of people are excited to go in and see Joan Rivers. But we can win it with the corporate funding. That's
I imagine they have some of that too.
Yeah.
Hopefully Herschel's got the 30 he said.
Yeah.
And if I've got the 40 or 45 I would say, that puts us.
Oh my gosh, I think we're going to win if you got that. And we're going to have some fun tonight watching the ladies in the boardroom.
This is about making money, period. The problem was getting money into New York and get it there in time by 2 o'clock.
Excuse me, I made you a promise?
Yes.
The checks are here.
The checks are here. And what is the name This one, though. It's like this exciting.
It's for $5,000.
$5,000, ladies and gentlemen.
We have a check here from a fantastic country music artist and good friend Tim McGraw for $5,000.
Tim McGraw, ladies and gentlemen.
I was able to raise $35,000, which is well below target.
I'm just officially giving you possession of these dresses right now. And there you go.
Tom gave me an over-the-moon target, hoping that if I missed the moon, I would at least fall and land on a star.
All right.
$25,000 from QVC. And you know, this is the perfect dress for some gentlemen.
My friend Carrie Friedman, she actually took the red eye from Las Vegas last night to come in today.
How much are you paying for a dress? 10,000? Whoa! Thanks, honey.
Whatever has happened between me and my team, I think that now they understand that I'm really working very, very hard to make sure this team wins, and not just to make sure I'm safe.
Thank you so much.
Black checks just showed up, and my checks are still not here. My guy needs to show up right away. Do you not know I'm on a deadline? I'm waiting for this money. I need it right away.
Courtney! It's about time. Yeah, don't talk to the guy. Joe Francis was donating money, and he actually couldn't come down here. We were begging and screaming, but my sister happened to be here, and so she came down as like a representative for Joe. We're on a time because we only have 20 minutes. Go. This is George. And then, yes, now you pick one for Tim. Where's the sixes? Here, over here. Let's go to 10. You're playing this dress for 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay, guys, we have 9 minutes. 9 minutes.
I felt fairly confident because we had brought in so much money. Very exciting. But I still had this worry about the guys because they're going to pull out all their cards for this one because they know it's do or die by this point.
It's crunch time. This is crunch time. This is the fourth quarter. Going into fourth quarter with about 2 minutes left. This is a 2-minute warning. So they gotta hurry. 2-minute warning. They need to hurry. Where in the heck is my guy?
Is there anybody we can call to find the person?
I'm just on the run to get the guy here. He should be here though.
It's gotta come quick now. It's getting a little crazy. It's getting a little crazy. Come in. Hey, we got some more here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a hand for Herschel Walker. We have the purchase for charity today for
Mira, necesito que te...
$16,000 right here.
$16,000, ladies and gentlemen. Herschel Walker,
And we got one more.
our hero fundraiser today with Click Black, our other hero fundraiser today. We need a victory right now. You know, I know we raise money, so it's just whether we raise more money than the women. You know, I'm not 100% sure. We haven't added it all up yet, but I think we brought in a lot of money. Thank you, everybody. I think this has been a very successful day. We really, really appreciate all the help for charity. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
America's Next Top Model.
How'd you do, Brandy?
Well, I think that we did excellent, and I really don't think we could have done any better.
Why do you say that?
Because I have an extremely strong team, and we all work so well together.
Who did a poor job?
I don't think anybody did a poor job.
Who do you star?
Melissa and Annie.
That's nice. Are you proud of your daughter, Joe?
I know this.
Would you rather be fired before her or after?
If
Seriously.
truly, as far as work goes, I will be fired for her. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, but she's doing very well.
She's a killer.
Melissa, who was the star of your team?
It would be really hard to pick from what I saw. Everybody pulled their weight completely.
And then some.
And then some. And I guess it starts from the top down. So I'll have to go with Brandon.
The women seem to have a pretty good relationship.
You know what, brother? It's amazing how people are. They're so predictable. All these girls, people talk about each other when they leave here. They did it yesterday. They did it the day before. And guess what? They come in some kissing ass because you're sitting right there. It is amazing. That's amazing.
I don't know where you get your...
My life. I know it's your life. It's your life. I know it's amazing. But they sit there talking all this crap.
Okay, Tom, how'd your team do?
I think we did great.
Who did a poor job?
Everybody did a great job. It really was a great team effort. I just think Clint and Herschel were heroes. I would call them heroes of this past. They really kicked in and did a great job. Thanks, guys. And yeah, I think we did good.
Dennis, do you think you had a disadvantage competing with Joan Rivers and some of these folks where it's really their business? Joan is one of the great salespeople of all time, whether it's dresses or jewelry or whatever it might be.
Just pointed out, a major point with the women. Women are very creative, of course, coming to a sense of ways. They take pride in looking good in a gown.
You're a formidable team, though. I mean, I look at your team, and you have some very strong personalities, so don't undersell yourself too much. The women are strong, but I think you're very strong as well.
Claudia, do you think you had a big advantage, like innate advantage?
I think the men could use their celebrity as an advantage because women like men, and women, I mean, they have a singer over there, they have some good-looking men. They have Dennis Rodman.
You know, Dennis, I remember this from years ago when Dennis wore the wedding dress and it was like the biggest star. Did you use Dennis as a celebrity for your event?
I did, in the sense that Dennis raised some money walking around on the streets, getting people excited about coming down. You know, unfortunately, Dennis had an allergic reaction. His eye was hurt today, so we...
Reaction to what?
I'm allergic to cats. I'm certain animals.
Cats?
Like that, yeah. You know, not like those cats.
You're certainly not allergic to them.
You might be interested to know what happened, though, is because last night, you know, first of all, I'd like to say that Dennis and I are becoming pretty good friends. Is that all right to say that? Is that fair to say? We went out last night and we met some .com billionaires, or were they millionaires?
They were billionaires, but they're not billionaires anymore.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So go ahead.
It was the .com billionaires' dogs that gave you the allergic reaction.
Wait a minute. Was it cats or dogs?
Cats, yeah.
Okay, who cares? What does Dennis's allergic reaction have to do? You brought that up.
Oh no, it's just because I wanted to, you know, he was very sick today, so we had a doctor came.
Yeah, but Tom, he wasn't there.
Yeah, no, that's what.
Well, so what do you say it like it is?
Yeah, no,
he wasn't there. So this was allergic reaction on. He wasn't there.
Yeah, today for the task, but he worked hard yesterday in raising money. So.
Herschel, was Dennis not there, and why wasn't he there?
Well, today I wasn't sure why he was not there. Yesterday, Dennis and I hit the street. We did what Dennis. I'm not sure what we did.
What did you do, Herschel?
What did
you explain that?
Honestly,
go ahead.
I think this will
be
good.
I'm not cheating. I was saying, my job was to do one thing yesterday, is be the billboard. So let me go out there and be a poster boy out there. Let me go out there and get some drinks. That's my element. All of it.
So you and Herschel hit the bars, not the streets.
We're in the streets now.
I was told to go with Dennis.
By who?
My guy.
Your leader.
Because one thing.
What do you think of him as a leader, Herschel?
No, he did the best he could.
Well, what does that mean? That's not exactly a ringing endorsement. What do you think of Tom as a leader?
He wouldn't be on my A-team.
One thing I want to know. I saw your store, and I want to know, who was your interior decorator? Stevie Wonder? It's supposed to be a happy event. I didn't see anything in there that was happy.
Yeah,
what do you think of your store?
We thought that if the store looked minimal and there was more about the attention on the dresses, and that it would look almost more like a clearinghouse. But
by the way, I heard the women's store was fantastic.
It was.
Everybody told me.
Thanks to Melissa.
Thanks to Melissa. I heard Melissa also sold a lot of dresses, but you know what? Here's the bad news. They sold a lot of dresses too, and I know for a fact they raised a lot of money. You're scared?
I'm
You're scared because you're the team leader, and what does that mean? Generally speaking, the team leader gets fired. I think it's time to find out. If RK Bridal donated the dresses, how many did the men sell?
The men sold 21 dresses for a grand total of $63,450.
Okay, George, how many did the women sell? The women sold 22 dresses for $103,000. That's fantastic. Brandy, you're safe, Brandy. You know, the women are really kicking ass. I mean, every week now. Well, let me just tell you what that all means. That means that you won $167,000 for your charity. Brandy, what's your charity?
It's California Police Youth Charities, and it's for at-risk children that live in low-income neighborhoods that don't have money to go to college, and they give out scholarships, and, you know.
They're going to like you a lot. They already do, but they're going to like you a lot. All right, get out of here. Good. Congratulations. Very good job. And what's going on with you guys?
Thank God.
Sadly, somebody's going to be fired.
Cheers.
We pulled together and we
Team Athena, good job. Great job. We survived. I cannot believe it. We won $157,000. Like, that's huge. Let's go to Corby. Yes. My charity, California Police Youth Charities, is going to benefit from it so much. And I'm just so proud and so excited to be able to have that check over to them.
Well, fellas, I'm a little embarrassed for you. This is the third week in a row, and that's a lot of lawsuit. They won easily, too. They won by a lot. What happened?
I had a really difficult thing to deal with here. People were really arguing over the first 2 weeks. Big arguments, constant bickering. And I was working at a real deficit. So I said in the morning, let's try to keep it positive today. Let's not argue, and let's focus on our jobs.
Who would you blame for the loss?
You know what? Although we were able to get everybody working on their own tasks, they still often refused to stay working on their task and would go do other things. Brian's job was exclusively supposed to be dealing with the money, understanding...
Did he do a good job?
He didn't perfectly do a good job, no, because he did some things wrong that I requested he did not do.
Brian, what do you say?
He went off to buy champagne, and then when it came
champagne
time...
for who?
To give out to the...
So that's not such a bad thing.
Well, I know, but the problem is he also didn't show up to the task until...
But are you blaming this on Brian?
No, I'm not.
You're saying Brian didn't show up, but Dennis didn't show up either?
Yeah, well, that was a medical thing. If that can be determined that it wasn't a medical thing, then you know, I would be very mad about that.
Do you think it was a medical thing?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I know there was a doctor called. I know he said he had a problem with his eye. I don't want to accuse him of just ditching this, but...
You claim, though, that you were at an automatic disadvantage, which you are, in that you have a deficit in terms of the number of people on your team relative to the females. So losing an additional person...
Look, I was very disappointed that Dennis did show up. He said it was a medical thing. I had to stay back at the hotel this morning to try to get him.
Go ahead, Brian.
He wasn't even there.
Wait a minute. Why were you late?
They called my room. They thought I overslept, and then basically they started talking.
If you're the team leader, you can't even... There can't even be a perception that you overslept. Brian, what do you say?
He wasn't there. We waited. He wasn't there.
You guys,
I don't think you're a great team leader. Clint, what do you think?
Well, I know you're going to ask me some tough questions.
I am.
And I have more answers than I have.
But actually, you did a good job because you raised more money than anybody, I think.
Thank you.
Is that a correct statement?
I believe it.
$35,000 individually. That's pretty good. If everybody did that, you would have won this easily.
I actually heard Clint on the phone for around 5 minutes with one person. It was like sucking blood from a stone, but you were really after him trying to make that sale, so I respect that a lot.
Well, I would say this, I had 2 Fortune 500 companies on the line, and you got to talk to them because to get them to give you money.
All right, Herschel, good job, because you did, you raised a lot of money. What do you think of Dennis's job?
I don't do what Dennis do.
Because I don't think Tom is sure why Dennis didn't show up.
None of my employees on the job.
It doesn't matter. Look, I agree. That's wonderful. Who cares at this point?
Right.
Didn't you go to bars with Dennis?
I had to.
Why?
Because I have a reputation as well that once he goes in, I want to make sure that people didn't get a bad example of what's going on. So I came back out just to make sure everything was cool when we left and stuff.
Were you like a babysitter? Yeah, you can say that. Yeah. You think Dennis was hungover as opposed to something else?
Yes.
Who was knocking on his door?
Well, see, I don't know because we call it Tom.
When you have an eye infection and somebody
I
knocks
was
on the
knocking
door,
on his door for about half an hour. That's why I was late.
Yeah, may I say this though? I and Tom, I'm not throwing you on the bus. When I got there, I asked Tom to get he got Dennis up because Tom was late. And Tom, he told me, said, no, he didn't get Dennis up.
I went to Dennis's room.
why didn't you get Dennis?
I went to Dennis's room. I banged on the door. I went to the front lobby and I said I had to get down to the.
Was he in the room?
I don't know. Nobody answered. And
How long did you bang on the door?
About 20 minutes.
I mean, isn't it possible he wasn't in the room?
It's possible.
Were you in the room, Dennis?
No.
You were. So why didn't you answer the door?
To be bothered.
Huh?
To be bothered.
You don't want to be bothered. You knew it was him knocking?
I don't want to know that was knocking.
Did you not want to be bothered with, like, the hell with the task, the hell with the team?
No, not that. No, it's nothing about that.
I didn't realize that he was in the room not answering the door. I just thought that
You just found that out.
But you know what? I didn't answer the door because I didn't want people to see my eyes like that.
But they can't see your eyes, that's because you're wearing sunglasses.
I'm sorry. See my eyes?
Yeah,
I'm
they look
sorry.
good.
I'm sorry.
They look good, Dennis.
I'm sorry.
Good-looking eyes.
So what do we think really happened with Capria?
They said it was a cat and a dog.
Well, one's a cat, one's a dog.
Yeah, which one was it?
It wasn't any. There's a girl named Kitty.
Or some bitch.
Or yeah, or some bitch.
Did you refuse to see a doctor?
But
Did they send a doctor to see you and you refused to see a doctor?
I refused to see a doctor when I was playing in the NBA. Same thing, because I know my condition. Yes, my eyes are sore. I said, all I got to do is wait a couple hours. Most people get allergies and stuff like that. Take some pills, you're okay.
And you don't think it was appropriate to tell Tom when he was knocking for a long period of time on the door and sort of making a jerk out of himself? I could just see this in a hall where people walk, oh, there's Tom, that's wonderful, he's knocking on the door. You don't think it was disrespectful not to just, not even open the door, just talk to him through the door and say, Tom, I'm not feeling good.
I don't think Dennis wants to get fired.
Well, then he would have showed up with his swollen ass eyes to...
Dennis works when he wants to.
He's a diva. When the task is amusing to him, he enjoys it.
That's exactly how he played basketball, though, depending on whether he was in the mood.
I also went to the front desk at the hotel. I asked them if they could call his room every 5 minutes until he woke up and have him get
But as a leader, wouldn't you want to respect him a little bit more? You don't do that to Phil Jackson. You didn't do that with Michael Jordan. You respected Michael Jordan a lot. I know that for a fact. You respected Phil Jackson. If Phil Jackson's knocking on your door, you open that door. Is that right?
Answer that question honestly, no.
No.
If Michael Jordan did the same thing. Michael Jordan did the same thing.
If Michael Jordan knocks on your door, you open that door?
I do not open the door.
You just say, Michael, screw you.
No, excuse me.
Is that a mood thing, Dennis? Or
It's not a mood thing. It's like saying, you know what, today I don't feel good today. You know what, can you guys help me out? That's what a team's all about. No matter who's out or who's injured, who's not this. You respect, if when you're sick, somebody says, hey, we gotta stop Donald Trump International.
But if you don't communicate that you're sick, it just seems like you're not showing up.
All right, Clint, let me ask you this. If you were me, who would you fire?
Well, I think that, you're doing such a great job of getting to the story here. If I were you, I would have still more questions. And,
would you fire the project manager or would you fire Dennis? Just out of curiosity.
in this situation with just the two of them?
Yes.
If I were Donald Trump and this were my company, I would have made him produce at least 3 doctors to tell me the same thing.
Dennis goes.
His attitude.
No, for sure. Dennis is fine.
I don't think so.
$5. $5, come on.
$5 on who?
I'm thinking Dennis. She has time.
Jesse, what would you do if you were me right now? I mean, you see what's going on. What would you do?
Fire Dennis and Tom.
You fire both?
Yep.
And Tom, because he wasn't a very good leader.
Tom, because he didn't get up this morning either. I had to call and wake him up, and I had to tell him when I called and wake him up to wake up Dennis. And then I reminded Tom probably at least 20 times today to call Dennis and tell him to get down here and help
I
us.
was in my room dressed and
But I heard you were very late, though. In all fairness, I heard you're the team leader. I heard you were very late.
No, I wasn't late because everybody had specific tasks that they had to do, and they were all supposed to do them. It was all taken care of.
They did leave without you, and it seems like nobody believes that you were actually knocking for that period of time. And I think there's a little bit of a scapegoat thing going on, in that it's convenient that Dennis overslept.
I
I was slept, guys. You know, that's it.
So what was the problem, Dennis?
I did not answer the door. Can I say anything?
How can you not say somebody's knocking at the door for 25 minutes and you're not answering and you have no answer to the door?
I did not answer the door.
But how can you be led? I mean, do you mind not being led or do you mind being led? I mean, is leadership something like nobody's going to tell me what to do ever?
Well, let's do this. I guess, you know what? Hey, what do you want me to say?
No, Dennis, I mean, are you capable? Look, take a great leader like Phil Jackson. Can you be led?
Well, it is.
I mean, he had a lot of problems. It wasn't easy for him. It wasn't easy for him.
That's one thing you never heard about Dennis Rodman. Wasn't a problem, wasn't nothing. You won't hear about Dennis Rodman anywhere in the world. That's not a problem. I'm not even a bad guy. I'm not even back up. That's all you hear about Dennis.
If you have a problem with somebody leading you, if you respect that person.
No, I don't have a problem. Ask these guys to credit. They're going to say a lot of negative things about me. Guess what, though? I'm the first guy.
Do you have a problem with Tom leading you?
Oh, I have a problem with nobody leading me. Nobody, Tom, anyone's got not even remotely.
And you're me. Do I fire you or do I fire Tom? No, you tell me, Dennis. Do I fire you or do I fire Tom? Now look, you were late, you didn't produce much, and you wouldn't listen to anybody, and you certainly wouldn't listen to Tom. Do I fire you or do I fire Tom? Dennis, listen.
I'm listening.
Do I fire you or do I fire Tom?
If I want to stay, I'll say fire Tom.
Well, I'd like to say something about Tom. I was down in the store and I asked you about Dennis, and you were very, very protective. You didn't even seem upset that he wasn't there.
I was upset, but I've been told that he, you know, like I said,
When I asked you directly, where was Dennis. You remember that?
Yeah.
All right. And the answer was that Dennis had an infection, he couldn't show up. You did not seem the least bit concerned about the fact that he wasn't there. There was nothing that I locked on the door for 20 minutes, nothing that he was there, nothing that you were late. It's just like you protected him like it's okay.
Is that true?
No, the thing is whenever something negative has happened over the last 2 weeks, people dwell on it and it turns into a big fight and it wastes time and it goes on and on and on. So I'm trying to keep things positive.
What did Dennis produce? Let me ask you this. I know what Clint did, I know what Herschel did. What did Dennis do?
He did bring some money down.
Did he bring money?
His agent brought 6 or 7, had several people.
Now what did you do, Tom? Did you bring money in?
I didn't know. I was organizing everything.
You didn't organize very well. You had a lousy looking store.
Okay.
You had no control over Dennis. Not that anybody can control Dennis because I'm not sure he can be controlled, but you had no control over Dennis.
I took a...
and you didn't bring any money in.
I took a non-traditional...
Wait a minute. You couldn't control him, you brought in no money, and you had a lousy looking store. You weren't much of a team leader.
Well, when you say I'm a bad leader, you have to understand...
You're not a good leader, I'll tell you right now. First of all, you could have been fired last week. You didn't get along with your team. This week you're worse, and you're the project manager, but you had a guy that didn't even show up. But that's also under your leadership.
What happened there?
Frankly, you want to know the truth? I think Jesse's in. I think I should fire maybe both of them. Clint, if you're me, who would you fire?
I'd fire both of them.
Brian.
I think the Tom did show this morning that showed that he wasn't ready to
Who
go.
would you fire? Who would you fire between the two of them? Who would you fire?
Tom did.
You would fire Tom because he was a lousy project manager. And frankly, you were lousy last week, Tom. Tom, you're fired. Go. You were lousy last week, lousy this week. We have to do it. Go. That's it. Go. Get out. Good. Go. Out.
Thanks, guys.
Try a little harder, will you, Dennis, please?
I will try.
Oh my God, that was brutal.
I owe you $5, Brandy, somehow, some way. Excuse me, Tom. Wrong elevator.
Just wouldn't lead.
I think that's right. I think he also showed poor leadership by sleeping him.
He did it right.
little surprised. I didn't think I was going to get fired. But that's the way the cards fell on the table. I thought I had the potential to win this game, but that's cool. And I guess I am a little surprised right now. A little surprised.
Sigue con America's Next Top Model.